Thank you for choosing Tern. Follow us over the next few minutes as we take you through the owner briefing and explain how to use and maintain your new HSD. The HSD is a pedal electric bicycle, also known as a pedelec. This type of bike only provides power when a rider is pedaling the bike. The HSD has 4 assistance levels that you can adjust during your ride: Eco, Tour, Sport, and Turbo. The HSD S8i and HSD P9 use a Purion display, while the HSD S Plus uses an Intuvia display. To turn the display on, press the power button. To turn off, press the same button. To switch to different assistance levels, press the plus or minus button to switch between Off, Eco, Tour, Sport, or Turbo. If you have a Purion display, to turn on your Valo light, slide the switch on the rear of the Valo to the right and then press the plus button on the display for 3 seconds. At this point, you will see the light icon appear on your display. To turn off, just hold the plus button again for another 3 seconds. If you have an Intuvia display, to turn on your Valo light, slide the switch on the rear of the Valo to the right and then press the light button. At this point, you will see the light icon appear on your display. To turn off, just press the light button again. The HSD also has a walk assist function that allows the bike to move with a rider walking beside it, if you ever need to walk the bike up a steep hill or a ramp. Walk assist only works in one of the 4 pedal assist modes. To use walk assist, short press the walk button, then immediately press the plus button and keep holding the button. To stop walk assist, simply release the plus button. To charge your battery, use the official Bosch battery charger that comes with the bike. If you expect to charge the battery at work and at home, we suggest buying an extra charger as a spare. The battery pack can be charged at any time, on or off the bike, without shortening its service life. To charge the battery on the bike, open the rubber lid on the battery mount, plug the connector into the socket, and then connect the charger to an electric source. To charge the battery off the bike, remove the battery first. Insert the key into the lock, turn, lift, and pull out the battery. Once the battery is off the bike, plug the connector into the socket on the bottom of the battery, and then connect the charger to an electric source. To reinsert the battery, place the battery on the battery mount and push until you hear a click. The HSD is equipped with a frame lock from Abus for protection against unauthorized use of the bicycle. The frame and battery locks are keyed alike, meaning the same key works for both locks. The key serial number is written on a card that was originally supplied with the lock and on the key itself. To lock the frame lock, turn the key and slide down the knob until you hear a click. Then pull out the key. The key can only be pulled out when the lock is engaged. To unlock the frame lock, simply insert the key and turn. Please remember to separate your keys and store the extra one in a safe place. Also, copy the serial number on the key, as you'll need the serial number to get a replacement. There are quick releases on the Andros stem and 2 on the seat post. Without tools, the Andros stem lets you adjust the height, angle, and handlebar orientation to get the most comfortable riding position. To make an adjustment, raise one Andros lever at a time before lifting the other. Rotate the Andros stem and handlebar to the desired height and angle. Close both Andros levers. Use the quick releases here to adjust the height of the seat post. Both open with a simple pull and close just as easily. When using the quick release to adjust the seat post height, note that there's a minimum insertion point indicated here. For safety reasons, please be sure that you always stay within this range when adjusting your seat post. To make it easier or harder to open and close the quick release lever, simply open it and adjust the clamp screw by twisting the clamp screw nut. If the quick releases are not properly closed or adjusted, there is a risk of injury, so it is very important that you operate them properly. To open the handle post joint, slide the security knob upwards and pull the lever. To close the handle post joint, simply push the lever towards the handle post. The security knob will lock automatically, so no need to touch it. Be sure that the lever feels stiff when it opens and closes, but not too stiff. The stiffness is about right if you can use just the pressure of your palm to open the lever and just 2 or 3 fingers to close it. If the lever is not properly closed or adjusted, there is a risk of injury, so it is very important that you close it properly. The HSD uses standard bicycle parts, with the exception of the folding handle post and stem. These special components make it possible to fold the HSD flat. When flat folded, the bike transforms into a size small enough to fit into larger vehicles and tight spaces. In order to flat fold your HSD, first open both Andros stem levers and angle the stem up so that it is in line with the handle post. Rotate the handlebar so the brake levers point upward. Then close the Andros stem. Rotate the handlebars 180 degrees. Next, slide the security knob upwards and pull down the lever. Fold the handle post down and secure it with the handle post strap. Finally, lower the saddle. The HSD is capable of rolling and standing in a vertical position, which can be helpful when maneuvering into a small elevator or storing in a tight indoor space. To do so, simply hold the handlebar with both hands, apply the rear brake, and walk backwards until the bike stands up. Here, you can release the rear brake to roll the HSD. The rack is designed to allow your HSD to remain standing on its own. When looking down at the cockpit, the rear brake lever is mounted to the right side of your handlebar, and the front brake lever is mounted to the left. For certain countries, it could be the other way around, so please double check with your dealer or try before you ride. Squeeze both front and rear brake levers evenly to slow down or stop. The gears on the bike allow you to control your speed and pedaling resistance. The way you control your gears depends upon your HSD model. The HSD P9 uses a trigger shifter to control the gears, while the HSD S8i uses a grip shifter, and the HSD S Plus automatically shifts the gears for you. This indicator shows you whether you are in a low gear or high gear. To switch gears, either push the rear-facing shift lever paddle with your thumb or pull the forward-facing shift lever paddle with your finger until you reach the desired gear. With the HSD P9, remember to only switch gears while pedaling. To shift using a grip shifter, simply turn the grip until you reach your desired gear. The HSD S Plus is equipped with an NVOLO automatique hub for automatic shifting. This means you don't have to shift gears and can simply focus on pedaling. For a better riding experience, all you need to do is set your pedaling cadence using the Intuvia display. Press and hold the I button until you see NuVinci cadence. The number on the screen is the number of revolutions per minute. To set your cadence, choose a value that you are comfortable with by either pressing the plus button or minus button. For reference, most riders are comfortable with a cadence of around 60 RPM. Give it a try and adjust your cadence until you find the one that feels natural when you're riding. You can also adjust your preferences using the NVOLO Automatique app, available on Android and iOS. The HSD is equipped with a suspension fork for a more comfortable ride. There are 2 adjusters on the fork, a speed lock adjuster and a preload adjuster. To enable suspension, turn the speed lock adjuster to the open position. To disable suspension, turn the speed lock adjuster to the lock position. The preload adjuster adjusts the hardness or softness of the ride. Turn the preload adjuster clockwise for a harder ride, or turn it counterclockwise for a softer one. There are a few things you need to check on your bike before each ride. To remember it all, we suggest you use this mnemonic device, A, B, C, Q. An easy way to do this test is with the bike in a vertical position. As covered before, squeeze the rear brake lever and walk back until the bike is vertical. Now you can begin this test. A is for air. Check your tire pressure. Use your thumb to press the tires. It should feel nice and firm. Be sure not to overinflate your tires. B is for brakes and bars. To inspect your brakes, spin one wheel at a time, squeeze the corresponding brake lever, and make sure that the wheel stops. By bars, we mean the handlebar, handle post, and handlebar stem. Just inspect everything carefully to make sure that it's nice and tight. C stands for chain and cables. Grab one of your pedals and rotate it forward several times to run the chain completely through the gears. Next, inspect the cables to make sure that they are undamaged and untangled. Q is for quick releases. Check the handle post joint and all the quick releases to make sure they are properly closed. Here, here, and here. Just like a car, your new bike needs maintenance to stay safe and reliable. Your bike is made up of lots of different moving parts, many of which require lubrication. Your chain is probably the first part on your bike that will need a bit of maintenance lubrication. Your local Tern dealer can recommend an appropriate chain lubricant. After applying, make sure you wipe off all excess lubricant to avoid getting any on your bike or yourself. If your HSD is equipped with a belt drive system, it will require little to no maintenance. You can expect a regularly cleaned belt drive train to last upwards of 30,000 kilometers or 19,000 miles. Additionally, belts will not rust if you leave them in the rain for a long period of time. You don't need to lubricate or degrease your belt. The most maintenance you'll have to do is get a toothbrush and give the belt a scrub from time to time. If you notice signs of wear and tear, take your HSD to your dealer for a replacement. Periodically check that your wheels are true by spinning them. Check for any excessive side-to-side motion and check that the disc brake rotor is not rubbing against the brake pads. If you find anything has been warped or damaged, bring your bike to your Tern dealer. When not using the battery pack for a long period, charge it to approximately 60%, 3 to 4 out of 5 LEDs, before storing it someplace safe. Check the charge condition after 6 months. When only one LED lights up, recharge the battery again to approximately 60%. If your HSD is equipped with a Thudbuster suspension seat post, you'll need to lubricate the pivots regularly using a light oil. If you were a light weekend rider, try to take your bike to your dealer every 3 months. If you were a daily rider, aim to bring your bike in once a month. Regardless of how often you ride, aim to bring your bike in within a month after purchasing it. Cables and brakes take a little bit of time to break in, so you'll enjoy your bike the most if it's tuned up after about a month of use. Regular maintenance is key to the longevity of your new Tern bicycle. There are several parts of your bike that will wear out over time, including the chain, brakes, and tires. When you see wear signs, visit your Tern dealer for replacements. That about covers it. There's plenty of additional information in your user manual, as well as under tips and tricks on turnbicycles.com, and your Tern dealer is always available to answer questions. Thanks again for choosing Tern.